I mean, that's typically, there's no government registry that does that. I mean, it's really the family that would say, you know, or you'd have a friend that would go into your house or your spouse and they'd pull out your documents and see, okay, well, we need to contact this person because they're the ones that need to make decisions. Yeah, but there's no government registry or anything like that. Now, there is a service that for advanced healthcare directives, and for my clients, I offer to pay for it for the first year, where when you do your healthcare directive, you know, who's going to make decisions for you. You can fax that to this company and they give you a little card, you know, like a credit card that has a member number and actually says, do you have any allergies and that type of thing. And you can carry that with you, so if you're ever in an accident someplace, the medical providers can then call this firm, okay, and I'm sorry, for the life of me, I can't remember their name right now. But they can call the number on the card, give them your membership number, and then they will then fax the advanced healthcare directive directly to the hospital or doctor or whatever, which would then typically have the contact information for who your healthcare decision makers are. But that service, as far as I know, doesn't exist for the financial documents because, you know, obviously you don't necessarily want anybody picking up the phone saying, hey, you know, this person just had a stroke and I need their financial power of attorney sent here, please. There's a lot less danger for abuse if it's the advanced directive.
I'd like to let's thank Gerald for his and this is just, like I said, what we're trying to do is get a lot of professionals like this. So when we have these meetings, we're going to try eventually have the last hour where you can be in different groups and just go to the ones you want to talk to. But you can see this is very informative, right? You bring what you want to hear about. Also, on the evaluation form, if you look about in the middle here, you see a list of a bunch of items there. Some of the questions you guys had that weren't covered here are on there. One of the ones I noticed is missing is when you're talking about the second mortgage on houses. Mm-hmm. There are ways to try and settle those too before you go through your house and get that settled so they don't come back after you and stuff. And sometimes you have enough assets, you can settle those down. But those services are provided through FRC, and actually Terry and Mike actually work with some of that stuff.
Well,
so we actually have people in our office that
yeah,
can probably
also
help
Robert
direct you on
does
that.
some negotiations on
Yeah,
seconds and
yeah. So there's lots of stuff you can do. What we're trying to do is try to cover and get experts or people to work on almost anything that comes up. And that's one of the big reasons we're trying to put this association together. So a lot of that stuff, you can probably find somebody within our groups and offices that can probably help you with a lot of these things. And that's one of the reasons we put that list down there, so that and then a lot of times, because I spend a lot of time working with seniors, a lot of times they come up with questions or people are trying to give them stuff and they don't know what it is. We'll research it. You know, because, you know, we can't know everything, right? But we usually have somebody that does know something. But if you guys could take the time to fill this out, I'd really appreciate it. This is just to get an idea of things we're looking for. There's also comments down here, so if there's things that you're curious about, maybe we didn't cover, or maybe we haven't even heard about, there's something else we can look for. In between these meetings, what we're trying to do, and there's a list that some of you may have picked up, it's on the table, but here's just a sample of some of the classes we tried to put together. There's 2 classes on here that Gerald gives on estate planning. One is estate 1 and one is estate 2. On estate 1 he covers the estate planning in general terms, and on estate 2 he's more into the special needs and stuff like that. But he gives those classes. And any of these classes, as long as we have maybe 6 people that want to have them, we can actually go to an organization or a group and give these classes. So it doesn't have to be something we do at our facility, but we're going to try and get most of them at my office by 1st Street. But what we try to do is, and at the top here it says that, you know, these classes will be based on popular demand. So I haven't scheduled anything for the next month or so because we don't have a big enough group. So now what I'm going to try and do is get the word out, try to get more people to come in, and that's why we need more membership. The more membership we have, the more of this services we can provide for everybody for free. On that first class there, FRC classes, those, you see there's a list of many things on there. Mortgage, debt elimination, forensic, stuff like that. So there are a lot of services that different groups provide. How many people own their own business or small business owners? Is there everybody here or some people here small business owners? We're just putting this together called Brown Bag Free Lunch Presentations. What the Brown Bag is we're working with a large company that does all the major healthcare in California. and we can customize, they can customize healthcare to your specific business, down to 2 employees, and starting as low as about $60 a month for a bare minimum healthcare program. But what's happening a lot of times now is when people start their own businesses, healthcare is becoming a big issue and how to get it. And there are ways you can do things with that. And the health savings plan is another way to really cut your health, if you're not a business, to get a high deductible healthcare plan and use the healthcare savings account. Instead of paying a premium, which is not tax, you have to pay taxes on it and pay the premium. And then you never get your premium back, right? Get a higher deductible, put that money aside, get a tax benefit for it, and start building it and have tax-free income from that to cover those deductibles, and you can really reduce your healthcare costs. So there's lots of other things you can do. And then that money's always available later, and it can grow over your time. So there's a lot of stuff we're trying to do, but if you can fill out the bottom of that, mark anything that you're interested in on the comments, maybe make some notations of what you might want to hear in the future. The evaluation at the top is just to kind of raise, you can put today's date on the top. The topic today was estate planning. If you leave your, if you indicate on there, maybe in comments that you are interested, I'm giving 2 seminar nights at the end of the month. One's at the Biltmore Hotel, one's at the Hilton. These are for basically people to have assets. They've been losing too much in the markets, they're getting ready to retire, they need to protect their assets, get income for the rest of their life. It's a financial planning workshop.